Today I'm going to be doing the tier list based on the animes that seem to have caught my interest for the winter 2026 lineup. As always, don't forget to like, comment, share, hit the bell notification, hit the hype button if you're watching this on your mobile, and let's go ahead and jump straight into the video. Now, before I say anything, these animes on this tier list are new animes that are airing for the season. That means no sequels, no continuations, no nothing. These are literally new animes that got released in winter 2026. So that means Jujutsu Kaisen season 3 will not be on the list. Hell's Paradise season 2 will not be on the list. Fire Force season 3 part 2 will not be on the list. Trigun Stargaze will not be on the list because those are all technically sequels and continuations of a series. This is strictly about new series. So with that being said, as always, let's go ahead and dive straight into the video just to let y'all know. I'm basing this list off of two things: weekly watch and watch on my own time. Basically, what weekly watch means is that I am basically watching the anime on a weekly basis, and usually when I watch an anime on a weekly basis, they will also get a anime trailer reaction. Now, mind you, some of these animes already got episodes out. I know I'm a little late, whatever. I had some shit to do and I had some shit to think about, process, and things of that nature. It doesn't matter. So with that being said, weekly watch, basically what that means is it gets an anime trailer reaction, and it's an anime I'm probably going to be watching on a weekly basis. And watch on my own time is literally exactly what it says. It means I will watch the anime on my own time. Like, I'm not in a rush to run and go and watch the content. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get to it. And the first anime we're here to talk about is Sentenced to Be a Hero. And the funny thing about it is, it looks like the first episode came out, and it says it began with an extended 1 hour premiere, and it looks like it was on Crunchyroll. So anyway, the plot for Sentenced to Be a Hero is: in a world where heroism is a punishment, Xylo Forbards, a condemned goddess killer, battle endless hordes of monstrous abominations as part of a penal hero unit 9004. Death is no escape, only a cycle of resurrection and relentless combat. But when Xylo encounters a mysterious new goddess, their unlikely alliance sparks a rebellion that could shatter the chains of eternal punishment. Now, this sounds so good. It does. It sounds really good. Like, don't even get me wrong. It sounds great. It's just that when it comes to certain things about, animes like this, it could be bad. It could be so bad. But if I would have to make a choice, it would probably be in the weekly watch. Like, in all honesty and fairness, it would have to be in the weekly watch if I'm just being completely honest. I would watch this on a weekly basis. It just has to be good. So, and we can't make no promises on what's good and what's not good and things of that nature. So yeah. Freaking Sentenced to Be a Hero is on the weekly watch list. Next is Jack of All Trades, Party of None. Now, I'm gonna let you guys know something right now. I already seen the first episode of this anime, and based on the first episode, it's a hit or miss, honestly. But anyway, we're gonna go ahead and read the plot anyway. Betrayed by his childhood friend and cast out of the hero party, Odoran, once their loyal enchanter, is branded by his former comrades as a jack of all trades but a master of none. Alone, he sets out to forge a new path as a solo adventurer. His journey sparks explosive battles, deadly rivals, and unexpected allies, and he'll rise to shatter every expectation. The ultimate solo combat begins. Now, don't get me wrong, the plot sounds cool, but based on the first episode from what I've seen, and I know you shouldn't base anime off for the first episode, but I'm gonna go ahead and do it anyway. Jack of All Trades, Party of None is definitely going on the watch on my own time. I'm sorry. Next up is Fate Strange Fate. I'm sorry. So the thing about Fate Strange Fate is I'm a huge fan of the Fate series. Some of my favorites are Fate Zero and Fate Unlimited Blade Works. Those were dope ass series and things of that nature. Now, clearly, I don't know if it's gonna go deep into the plot or not, but if it doesn't, it's probably just a whole situation of it's all about that holy grail. It's all about that Holy Grail war. So with that being said, let's go ahead and read the plot. Hopefully it gives us something. In the Holy Grail War, mages, masters, and their heroic spirit servants fight for the control of the Holy Grail, an omnipotent wish-granting device said to fulfill any desire. Years have passed since the end of the Fifth Holy Grail War in Japan. Now signs portend the emergence of a new Holy Grail in the Western American city of Snowfield. So it looks like the only interesting thing to me is that the fact that it's taking place in Western America. So with that being said, I mean, it's cool. I wouldn't mind watching it, but it's not something I'll rush to. So I'm sorry, it's a watch on my own time. Next up is Dead Account. Now, before I say anything about Dead Account, I've read enough of the manga. There's enough chapters in Dead Account to actually have this be a continuation. But I know they're probably just going to go maybe a good 12, 13 episodes and things of that nature. Or we never know. It could be a hit like Gachi Akuta and go all the way to 24 episodes. But I've read enough of the manga to know that there is enough for some plot to be handled. Like, you could cover a whole arc within this time. But anyway, I've read enough to know that it's good shit. So with that being said, let's go ahead and read the premise of it. Always ready for a fight, destruction for destruction's sake. The online streamer Araringo is a troll making the worst of boundary pushing flame bait content and raking in the revenue from the hate watchers. You may think he's nothing more than a bottom feeder and a drain on society, but in reality, he's high school dropout Soji Inishiro, a caring older brother with a sweet tooth who loves nothing more than his little sister. His viral videos, just a way to pay his sister's medical bills. And even if all of humanity hates him, he doesn't care, so long as his little sister gets better. But then, something very strange begins to happen. And I already know what that strange thing is. Okay, so let me just give you like a quick premise of Dead Account. Just think of trolls on the internet who are really kind at heart with superpowers. That's basically the basis of Dead Account. And if I would have to make a choice in regards to Dead Account, it would definitely go on the weekly watch based on the manga, because I've read the manga and I had a very good time reading the manga. I haven't finished it, probably because of some situation that's going on to where the majority of manga sites are getting ready to just be like deleted, because I can't find a decent manga site to read mangas and stuff like that, people. So yeah. So with that being said, Dead Account is definitely going to the weekly watch. Next is called, and I shit you not, Roll Over and Die. Now, before I say anything, Roll Over and Die is a crazy ass title for anything. A movie, a book, an anime, a manga, and it's based off of a light novel from what I'm seeing here. So the fact that you call it Roll Over and Die is crazy. And and you know what, I'm glad you call it Roll Over and Die, because that Japanese title is insane. So with that being said, let's go ahead and go straight into the plot. Flume has been chosen by God to be in the hero's party despite having stats of 0 across the board. All she has is the reversal ability that she still doesn't fully understand. Predictably, she proves useless in battle, but she refuses to give up and continues to do all she can for the party. Her party mate, I'm gonna call her Jean. Her party mate Jean, a genius and renowned sage, picks on her at every opportunity and eventually sells her off into slavery. Oh my God. Even as a slave, she's treated as incompetent and persecuted, and ultimately thrown to monsters as bait for her master's entertainment. Flume is left with two options: take up the cursed sword that inevitably brings death to its wielder, or be eaten by monsters. The moment she chooses to fight back is when the reversal of her life begins. So this sounds good. Like, don't get me wrong, this sounds awesome. I would definitely watch this, but I don't know if I should put it as a weekly thing. Like, should I put it as a weekly thing? I don't know, because mind you, it's based off a light novel, and usually when it comes to light novels, most light novels, not all, when it comes to most light novels, when the anime adaptation does it, it cooks. So, in all honesty and fairness, the title just kills me. Roll over and die. That's crazy. So if I would have to choose anything for roll over and die, now mind you, these are my picks. It would definitely go into the weekly watch. I'm sorry, the plot sounds interesting, and yeah, it looks like it's that whole my party betrayed me, so now I'm going to forge my own path and things of that nature. That's basically what it's looking like. But the fact that she only has one skill in this reversal, and she's using the cursed sword, and she said once she used the cursed sword, then all of a sudden that's when her life changes. Now I'm trying to see what's going on here, because usually when someone's like, oh no, I got betrayed by my party, and then I just go into one dungeon and I live in this dungeon for like a week and now I'm OP as fuck, like type shit, like, because that's what Jack of all trades Party of None looks like. Don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to shit on the product, I'm just saying that roll over and die seems more viewable to me than Jack of all trades Party of None. So yeah, definitely that. The next we're gonna go to is Scum of the Brave. Once again, crazy ass title. So with that being said, let's go ahead and read it. And the fact that it has 2 course back to back, that means it's going to have 24 episodes. Not bad. But yeah, Scum of the Brave. In an alternate 21st century, rich mafia members can turn into demon kings through increasingly popular ether enhancement surgery, and the bounty hunters called Braves are the ones called upon to take them down. Yashiro only wants the simple pleasures in life: pizza, beer, and card games. When 3 young Braves offer him a majestic sum to be their private tutor, he agrees solely for the money. But is it worth what he's getting himself into? Now, this sounds dope, and when I saw a little bit of the animation, it was giving me High Card. If you guys remember that anime, it was giving me High Card. And I do love when an anime takes place in modern time. If animes take place in modern time or somewhat futuristic time, y'all already got me. I'm not saying the medieval stuff is good, it's just that there's a plethora of medieval stuff. I be wanting stuff to be told in modern times. So Scum of the Brave looks like it's going to be told in modern times. And if I would have to choose, and in all honesty and fairness, the plot doesn't really sound all that fulfilling. So with that being said, Scum of the Brave will probably have to go to watch on my own time. Just being completely honest. Next up after Scum of the Brave, we have The Daily Life of a Part-Time Torturer. So basically what that means in regards to the lifetime of a part-time torturer. So the plot of that goes, in a society where torture is legal in big business, that's crazy, Spiritus dominates the industry with skill, style, and surprisingly cheerful teamwork. Part-timers Seto, Shu, Mike, and Hugh tackle client sessions, office shenanigans, and even the occasional in-house assassin, all with a smile. Life at Spiritus proves that even in a world of pain, work can still be surprisingly fun. Now, before I say anything, I feel like this anime is going to make me laugh. For those y'all do not know, I have a dark sense of humor. So I feel like if I watch this shit, I'ma lose my shit. You feel me? So if I would have to say anything, The Daily Life of a Part-Time Torturer, and it looks like the first episode's already out, is a weekly watch. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You can say whatever you want about me. I have a dark sense of humor, ladies and gentlemen. I have a very dark sense of humor. So The Daily Life of a Part-Timer is literally right up there in my my alley, if I'm just being completely honest. So yeah, like, you can look, whatever, I don't care. I feel like this anime is going to make me laugh. This anime is going to crack me up. So with that being said, Daily Life of a Part-Timer is definitely part of the weekly watch. Next is Oedo Fireslayer, The Legend of Phoenix. Oedo Fireslayer sounds like some samurai stuff, and you already know how I like my samurai stuff. So with that being said, the fire extinguishing samurai who stopped the Great Fire was called the Fire-Eating Bird. Gengo Matsunaga, once known as the Fire-Eating Bird, was the best firefighter samurai in Edo. He had resigned from the fire brigade for a reason, but suddenly received an invitation to serve in the Shinjo? No, it's just Shinjo. to serve in the Shinjo domain. The Shinjo domain had no money and no personnel and was looked down upon by those around him. With the encouragement of his wife, Miyuki, Gengo decides to rebuild the collapsed firefighting team as its leader. Gengo and his friends, all of whom have their own peculiarities, struggle to "We will never let any life die," despite being ridiculed as broken black kites. In Edo, a mysterious series of suspicious fires called foxfires occurs one after another. And the tag is historical, so it is about samurais, but I am noticing something here. That looks CGI as hell, and that brings it down. Look, man, I'm not saying CGI is bad, but I just feel like in regards to animes like this, it honestly shouldn't be a problem. You feel me? Like, it honestly shouldn't really be a problem like that. But it don't matter. It's just it's there, I guess. But if I would have to make the choice for Oedo Fire Slayer, watch on my own time. And now the last one is called Hana Kimi. Now, before you fuckers judge me, let me go ahead and say something. Because, well, then again, y'all don't really know me. I like a little bit of romance. I don't mind. Because the latest anime I watched and finished was the fragrant flower that blooms with dignity. I love that anime. That anime that gives you the right feeling is what I'm saying. But Hana Kimi, the reason why I chose Hana Kimi is because, for one, I have prior history with the series. Now, this is his first anime adaptation, and it looks like 2 episodes are already out. But yes, now, although this is the first anime adaptation, it did have a Japanese live action series, I think back in 2007 or a little later than that. I'm not sure. All I know is that I remember watching it and I enjoyed it. And one of the main reasons why I watched it is because I have a favorite Japanese actor who goes by the name of Shun Ogiri. He was in a lot of stuff that I watched back in the day, and he was part of the reason why I watched the things I watched, such as Crows, Rich Man, Poor Woman, Hana Kimi, of course, and what's the name of that fucking J-drama? It was about a Yakuza boss who was a teacher, and she was trying to hide the fact she was Yakuza. Gokusen. That's what it's called. It's called Gokusen. And Stand Up. Shun Ogiri is the reason why I watched all of that. So with that being said, let's go ahead and read the plot. And it's Mizuki Ashiya is on a mission, disguise herself as a boy and enroll in a male boarding school to meet her idol, high jump star Izumi Sano. But after successfully infiltrating the school, she discovers he suddenly quit the sport. Now Mizuki must dodge suspicion, protect her cover, and somehow reach the boy she came all this way for, all while surviving the chaos of an all-boys dorm. Now, they're saying that Mizuki does not know the reason why he quit. Because the thing about it is, the plot is just making it seem like Mizuki is crazy, when that's far from the truth. Now, mind you, I haven't read the original source. I have not read the manga of Hana Kimi, but I do know that the Japanese, like the live action Japanese show of Hana Kimi got praised by manga readers and everything. So it must be a very, very, very good adaptation in regards to the manga, because I like it. I enjoy it. I enjoyed the live action of it, and I feel like I will enjoy the anime of it. But the question at the end of the day is, where does Hana Kimi go? Does it go in the weekly watch, or does it go in the watch on my own time? And if I would have to make a choice, it's gone in the weekly watch. And the reason why it goes in the weekly watch is simply because of the simplistic fact is that, for one, Hana Kimi is something I watched and I adored. I adored the hell out of this live action show, and I'm sure the anime is going to give me the same charm. So with that being said, guys, there you go. So all the ones that you see that are in the weekly watch will be getting their anime trailer reaction, and I might be making videos letting you know my first impressions of each of the animes, because like I said, it looks like some of them are out. I will give it like halfway through, so I have to watch 5 episodes of these series in order for me to make a video letting you know my first impressions of the anime. And when the anime is over, I'll give you a last impression, and I'll even let you know if some of my opinions changed on some of the animes that I watched here. But like what I said, some of the animes you didn't see on here, they probably already part of the weekly watch. You just don't know. I know for a fact JJK season 3 gonna be on the weekly watch. Hell's Paradise season 2 gonna be on the weekly watch. Yes. But with that being said, guys, once again, like, comment, share, subscribe, hit the bell notification so guys will miss any of my videos. My name is GTS. Who I am. Why in the hell do you think I am? Gotta make sure to do what makes you happy to what you're here for. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. I am out. Peace.